I don't think it's a good idea to take Neil to Victor's wake. A sad thing happened, Frank, and facing it is something Neil needs to do. Save the lecture, you're not Dr. Spock. I'm Neil's father. Courtney and I will decide what's best for him, if you don't mind. You don't know half as much as you know. It's about time you...
Hey, what's going on, you two? Stop it, please.
Mom, I thought we were supposed to meet at your place.
I thought it'd be nice if we all went together. I need you both today.
Sure, Mom.
I knew I could count on you, Joe. Frank?
What'd you expect from me? Did I say no? Hate to disappoint my fans.
Okay, so how many bottles do you have?
I got 2.
2? Well, 2's not enough. She's going to need a lot more. I'm going to go to the kitchen and whip up a couple more.
Wait a second. Come on, you're just dragging your feet here because you really don't want to go.
Okay, guilty. Come on, Scott. Bordiso trashed our house. Who knows what he's going to do for an encore? I'm just not really comfortable letting Serena go off to camp today.
Listen, Lucy, I don't trust Bordiso any more than you do. However, I am not going to let this guy control our lives. That's why I'm letting Serena go to camp. I want her to have a normal little girl's life.
Did you ever get a hold of the camp director?
Yes, I did. I explained everything to him. So after the wake, we're going to drive up there in separate cars. Don't worry, Bordiso's not going to come after the kids. I'm not going to let that happen.
Hey, you ready to go?
I half expect to wake up from a coma to find out that the last month never happened.
It's been so surreal. Especially last night when you were describing to me the boy from your novel. He looks exactly like how I pictured my son to look if he lived.
I've been thinking about that. It has to be a coincidence.
You're right. There's no way that the two of us could be seeing the same boy. It's just not real.
I'd like to examine the body myself.
Neither of you are licensed to practice in this country. This is not a suspicious death.
All right, we're here. You want to fill me in on what's going on? It can't be.
Kevin, what's wrong?
I just saw more images of Victor. I don't know what's happening, but everything inside of me is screaming that Victor is alive.
Cooperate, Professor Collins. Give us what we want, and you'll get your medication.
You can do this.
How? I'm not even sure I believe that Victor's dead.
Have you ever thought that maybe you're, just imagining things? I know that when my baby passed away, I imagined hearing him crying for months.
It would be a lot simpler if I thought this was just in my head. But it isn't.
Well, then let's not think of this as a wake. Let's think of this as a party. A party for Victor.
Mary.
Hi.
Oh, did you see this? This was taken at your wedding. By the way he's beaming, I'd say he was looking at you.
You know, Victor always lit up like the sun whenever you walked into a room, Mary.
Oh, and he appreciated you.
Karen, would you mind folding these, please?
Yeah, I'd do anything to help Mary.
Well, I know she appreciates all you're doing. Hi.
Hi.
Where's Frank? I thought he'd come with you.
He had some errands. He's coming separately.
Lark, would you be sweetie and help Neil get a snack? Honey, you didn't eat much this morning. Just a little bit, okay? Please?
Okay.
Okay.
So, what's the real deal with Frank?
Don't ask.
So, I don't see Ellen. She is coming, isn't she?
I have no idea. We're not together anymore.
Matt, what happened?
Well, she wasn't honest with me about someone she had been with. It's funny, huh? I was the one giving you all the advice about trusting Joe, and it turns out Ellen's the one that can't be trusted.
Well, I'd say I'm sorry, but I know that doesn't help.
Listen, let me finish these, okay? You go talk to Joe.
Okay.
Okay?
This is hard.
Yes, it is.
You know, Matt, finding someone you love enough to want to spend the rest of your life with is so very rare. We have that kind of love.
It's too late.
Courtney, did you bring a guest book? I'd like to thank the people who came.
Yes, it's in the back. I'll go get it.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Excuse us.
Well, Neil looks good, but I'm surprised to see him out in public.
Well, you know Neil. He's not going to let a little leukemia get him down. Hey, I'm thirsty. Can I get you something?
Sure, I'd love some water.
Okay, well, no ice.
Right.
You don't look too thrilled to see me, but it's kind of a downer day, so I won't take it personally.
Well, you should.
Here you go.
Thanks.
What are you, her bodyguard?
She needs one when you're around, Frank.
Uncle Frank, where have you been? I've been waiting for you.
Whoa, well, I had to get my magic quarter.
What's a magic quarter?
Well, it's one that does this.
That has to be the lamest trick I've ever seen.
Neil, buddy, hey. It's time for your meds. Your mom's got them in the kitchen.
Later, Uncle Frank.
Okay, later. You just can't stand it that Neil likes hanging out with me, can you?
Well, you're a jerk, Frank. But Neil loves you. And I want my son to have all the love he needs.
How are you going to deal with that deep-seated fear that I'm going to steal Neil away from you?
You could never come between me and Neil.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for coming, Lucy.
Well, you knew I'd have to be here. I want to wish Victor a speedy, great journey.
He felt so close to you, Lucy.
Well, you know I loved him so very much. He was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime kind of guy.
And this is a once-in-a-lifetime little girl. Beautiful. Dina.
I think she gets more and more beautiful every time I see her.
She's grown so much since the nurses.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, he would have been so thrilled to be seeing you with this baby.
I know, Victor would have loved it. In fact, he would have been her de facto granddad.
Would you excuse me?
Yeah, okay.
I saw my favorite babe.
Oh, see, she's almost asleep. You want me to go put her down in Mike's office?
Oh, Lord, yes. You know, that would be terrific. I have the baby monitor in her bag here. Here you go. And I've got the receiver in my purse. Just put it right by her little face so I can hear every breath she takes, okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, as unbearably painful as this is for me, it must be infinitely so for you.
You have no idea.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi. Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Kevin,
Thanks for coming.
my pleasure. You know, I just got to say that, you know, I liked Victor quite a bit, but when he came to New York to help me find Lucy, I thought he was a little, kooky.
It was mutual. I think you were both right.
Well, you know, he helped me a lot to find Lucy. I don't think I would have found her so quickly if it wasn't for his gadgets and his diligence.
Well, Victor always had a special place in his heart for Lucy.
I'll never forget him for that.
Hi, you two. Hey.
You didn't come alone, did you?
No, Matt picked me up. Why? What's going on?
Oh, we've just had a little bit of trouble. Our house was completely trashed.
What?
Rod?
Well, I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was more of a personal vendetta.
Stevie.
Yeah, that's right, Eve.
Wanted to send you a message?
Well, he did, loud and clear. However, I still got a few tricks up my sleeves here.
Hey. So, Matt's here. Did you speak with him?
I asked Matt to give us another chance. He said no.
Oh. Don't do it. Hey, don't give up.
I know, Matt. The window in his heart that he opened up for me is closed. And it won't be opening again.
You think it would be in poor taste to turn on the jukebox?
Don't you take anything seriously?
You know I do.
Frank, I don't know the first thing about you.
After all those hours we spent together, you know me better than anyone, Karen.
Maybe I do know you better than anyone. Because I know what a liar you are.
Could I just want to say a few words and thank you all for being here to celebrate my darling Victor. We really were together for a short time, and yet he enriched my life in ways I never could have imagined. He shared so much with me. His love of life, his love of music and poetry and cooking and adventure, and mostly he shared his love. And I'm going to miss him. But I will love you, Victor, for always. Oh. Kevin, you want to say a few words? Oh. Oh, thank you.
Actually, it's pretty hard for me to believe that my father's actually gone. So I think the only way that I can get through this is just to imagine that he's still here. In the room with us. When I think of Victor, I think of the mind of a master, the heart of a lion, and the smile of a mischievous child. When I opened the front door, I never knew if Victor was going to zap me with a laser tag gun or greet me with a tray full of his homemade meringues.
Have some juice?
Yeah, sure. I'll be right
I
back.
feel blessed to have known so many different sides of my father. And I know that underneath the logical mind of a mathematician beat the unpredictable heart of a romantic. Victor believed more than anything in the power of love. He believed that it could bring us great joy, but he also believed that it could sustain us through a great tragedy.
There's gambling, pouring drinks at the bar where wonders never cease.
We're getting juice for Neil. What's your problem, Frank?
I believe that Victor...
You are. You think you're the perfect father,
For
the
all
perfect
time.
son.
Frank, please, this is not the time, okay?
What's the matter, Joe? I hit a nerve?
Why don't we go outside?
No, I am not going anywhere.
Look at you. This is your kid. Nice how you treat her. Not only are you a lousy son, you're a worse father.
You want to know what kind of father I am? I will tell you what kind of father
No
I
one
am.
really cares right now. Whatever it is, just take it outside.
We're trying to remember Victor.
My brother wants to know what kind of father I am, and I'm going to tell him. I am the kind...
Frank, stop it.
Well, Victor always liked a good argument, Kevin.
Well, at least you'll be glad we sent him out in style, right? You okay?
Not really.
Hey, despite that rude interruption over there, your speech was really moving.
To tell the truth, I'm glad I was interrupted. Nothing about this is right.
Hi, I figured you'd be here.
Oh, Mac, listen, please, improve this day. You've got evidence on DV, right? He's the one who trashed our house.
No such luck. Look, all the prints we took from your house are either yours or your friend's. Nothing suspicious. Nada.
Yeah, well, Bordiso is not going to get himself arrested for ransacking a house. He's got bigger fish to fry. What kind of fish we're talking about, though, is anyone's guess.
Now that you've won the Daytime Emmy for Best Actress, what are you going to do next?
I'm going to Disney World.
Meet Susan Lucci and your favorite ABC soap stars at Super Soap Weekend at Disney MGM Studios in Orlando, Florida, September 25th and 26th. For more information, visit abc.com.
Wow, some wake, huh?
Yeah, it turned out fine.
No thanks to my brother.
What are you going to do about him, Joe?
I don't know. I can't throw him out of the house. We're co-owners. And I won't uproot Neil while he's sick.
So you're going to go on like this? Waging war on a daily basis?
No, this thing with Frank has to stop. There are other people I want to spend my energy on.
You're on duty tonight, right?
Yeah. I want to take my mom home first, though.
I'm on duty, too. I'm just waiting for Scott to walk me over to the hospital.
You think Frank might do something to you?
No. DV Bordiso vandalized the firehouse. Scott's just worried about what he might do next.
I want you to be safe, so if there's anything I can do.
I'll let you know.
Scott has Lucy and the kids to look after. I can walk you over to the hospital before I take Mom home.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Neil's lying down in the back and he's ready to go home, but I need to stay and clean up.
It's okay. Go ahead. Scott will be back in a sec. I'll catch you in the on-call room later.
I'll see you at home.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey. You know, whether Victor's alive or not, as long as this is beating, he's with you.
I need to figure out what these visions and half-memories mean. And how they're connected to Victor.
We'll do it together.
Okay, Christina's secure. Now, I've got to go take care of the general hospital, then I'm going to pick up Serena. How long are you going to be?
Oh, I'm not going to be that long. I do have to stop by Lane Gales and pick up that sweatshirt that's Serena's favorite. I promised her I would.
Okay, but just be careful, Lucy.
I'm always careful. Okay. I love you.
I love you,
See
too.
you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. See ya.
Thanks for coming, my friend.
Listen, I would have come sooner, but there was an emergency down at the station. Felicia sends her regards. She couldn't make it.
Well, I understand things have happened so quickly. This is the first time we've had to talk since we got back. And I'm sorry I haven't returned your calls.
Making arrangements when someone dies gets complicated. Look, I know you had some questions about your father's death. Did you get any answers?
What do you mean I had questions?
Well, when I talked to you on the phone, you said you weren't sure if the Italians had done an autopsy and that you wanted to do one yourself, but they wouldn't let you.
Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. We witnessed the autopsy ourselves, and Kevin, I don't even remember you mentioning you're calling Mac.
Because you weren't around. And since you were here, I assumed that you weren't kidnapped like Kevin thought.
I said Eve was kidnapped?
Kevin, you told me that you couldn't find her. Look, you know, I hadn't heard from you in a couple of days. I thought about making a trip to Italy, but then you were back in town. You don't have any memory of this conversation?
No. We thought things were interesting before.
Tomorrow on Good Morning America, high-tech and low-budget affordable computers for school. Plus, Playing with Danger, Daredevil Kids, what parents can do. That's tomorrow on Good Morning America. Visit abc.com, part of the Go Network, and you could be going to Super Soap Weekend.